Here's a part everybody remembers from the Shrine of Anime. You have a long stretch of water, priestesses that fire homing magic at you from pretty much the entire arena away, and it's bad times. And one thing we don't have access to in this run is a bow. So we're going to make the most of it with, and we're going to be too far away for urns usually. We're going to use throwing knives and the gold pine resin. There is a part up ahead where I'm planning on, actually I'm probably going to use one for this first part here. Two, I'm probably going to magic barrier up, and then just try to make sure I can kill everything in one hit from the from the whip. So magic barrier up, gold pine, and hopefully this will work. Yep, end of this area, Frank. I know exactly what you're thinking of. Nice. That's probably still a counter hit, but still. Ah, yeah, not quite enough. Okay. There we go. This is pretty much exactly what I... Oh, I did not mean to do that again. Oh, well. I've got gold pine. I can buy more. If it gets us through this area a little bit, so we can breathe easier, then I'm okay with that. One decent side effect of having all of this bleed build is I have pretty good bleed resistance. So before we go in there, make sure you come in here and deal with her. And I guess while we've got the resin, let's go deal with the Dragonrider. You see, this is another. He is another red one. I thought he was a dark armored one, like the archer. He's not taking the damage I was expecting him to from the lightning. He must be resistant to it. Let's go ahead and back away and fight him on a neutral ground here. We should have all the lizards dead. So. Oh, and he can bleed too. So as soon as the lightning runs out, should probably just switch to the other one. Okay. Like so. Then probably use a what are they called? Probably use a repair powder. Oh, ouch. Jumped the gun on that one. That does work, but you want to make sure you're close enough to roll past him, past the area of his attack whenever he does that. Unlike a lot of enemies, their shield bash attacks guard crush. Probably a good time to heal. Yeah, he's a little close to the edge there, so that's what I'm worried about. Jeez. I think my timing is just a little off from how tired I was yesterday with that zoo trip and everything. Oh! Ooh, the 3-hit combo. You very rarely see that one. Okay, I think I'm going... Ah, geez, yep. I'm just stuffing this one up. Let's do 2 life gems. Oh, yep. I just screwed that one up big time. Yeah, Dragonriders are easy. I don't know what my problem there was. Yeah. Frank noted the durability is going down much slower. I think it's what it is. I know they factor in different types of enemies. Like the last giant is considered, I think, like a scaly enemy, and as a result, he takes more damage from thrust and I think ditto for dragons and stuff like that. And then there's like hardened enemies, the ones that are covered in armor and everything. I have a feeling that the durability system checks against that, but for most weapons, it ends up not being a problem. Making sure we didn't have an issue there. They're pretty good at dodging, at free dodging those spells. All right. Then let's not forget this guy over here. He can join in the fights later. Oh, interesting. Yeah. But it was cool that even with the non-direct hit, factor, that was dumb. I still did a lot of damage. There we go. Right. Do with this. I think I'm probably going to go ahead and human effigy up after this one. And look at that counter hit damage. Good grief. But yeah, they made this area tougher in terms of like, enemy layout and formation and everything. And the difference is that the enemies are weaker in that the attacks don't home in the way they used to. Because in the vanilla Dark Souls 2, it was pretty ridiculous how much tracking the sorceresses had. Or the priestesses, I guess. Okay, there is a lizard that tends to join the fight against this guy, but I don't see him. Let's go with this. Oh, you know what? I think as an armored enemy, let's get a aromatic ooze on him, and to see if that helps. Right, you can't aromatic ooze a notch whip, and that's not going to hold up. Never mind. It was a good idea. Alright, come here, boy. Walk this way. You're a doggy. Alright, then, yeah, here seems to be the best place for it. Man, I really, if I have trouble against him this time and have to come back, and I shouldn't, because he is a freaking Dragonrider. But I think I'm just going to come back with the Spotted Whip. We can at least get him, at least deal with him faster with the extra poison damage. Poison does so much stronger than bleed, it's not even funny. Alright, I think I've got the timing down now. Okay. Alright, yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay. Here we go. Yeah, I think this will do. The thing you need to watch out for is that 3-hit combo you can do sometimes. And remember, the overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer. Go. Dodged the wrong way. I think I just reflexively dodged the side where I saw more room, even though that's the wrong side to actually dodge that attack. Interesting, he still counted as blocking even though he lowered his shield to attack. I need to watch how far away I go, because I don't want the lizard to ruin this fight again. Okay, so I have to watch the roll swing because, yeah, that can happen. You think I would have learned my lesson about attacking as he was trying to lower his guard? The fact that I can't poise through any of his attacks either is kind of annoying. It wouldn't have been so bad if I at least got my damage through on that one. Okay. Here we go. And the attack was simple enough. I shouldn't have been having the trouble with it that I was, but... One thing about Bleed, too, is that it also lowers stamina regeneration. I'm pretty sure that aspect of it doesn't work on enemies. There it is. You see how early in his swings that the third hit was, because I had attacked quite a bit early to try to punish after the second one because I didn't realize the third one was coming, and it still hit me before I could do any damage to him. Okay. Yeah, I definitely should have come back with the spotted whip. This is just really tedious for, Oh, okay. Not expecting that. Ah, finally. That was ridiculous. Now that I'm down to 2 Estus, I think I'm just going to go ahead and run back, heal up, and at least he doesn't come back. Probably going to go visit Vengarl and buy some more lightning urns and resin and everything. The quintessential Amana experience. Yeah, I really should. I don't know. I'm just not thinking my best, obviously. I really should just come back with the spotted whip because we can't do anything with that area until later anyway. It would have made it a lot less tedious. So yeah, that was just me having a brain spasm there. All right, Ruined Fork Road. We'll go visit Vengarl. Buy some more lightning stuff, and then I'll just go visit Gavlan and get the rest in poison knives, since I think we're starting to run low on those again, right? Yeah. All right. Into the mist. And once we get to Undead Crypt, that's where we can get our. That's where we can get the next, the third tier of the durability rings, and hopefully all that stuff put together, we can actually get through more than one fight with the old whip. But don't. Let's not make promises we can't keep.
Back again.
Okay. We're gonna want about 6 of those. Not that many. Call it 20.
Farewell.
Yeah, and then we'll get more poison throwing knives next time because we can't use them against the boss anyway. So how about in that case? How about more resin? More resin, and the rest in bombs. There we go. Yeah, I definitely have some use of the lightning urns in there. Kind of wish I had a higher lightning bonus to use them with, but so it goes. All right, back to Amana. Second of 4 bonfires. I hope everybody's buckled in. The fourth one is actually after the boss. It's kind of interesting. All right, so let's. I think I need to show off the thing that goes off if you're hollowed, and it'd probably be better to have more HP to deal with this part with. Let's do that, and yeah, we'll keep that prop for now. And it's funny, I was using that one to emulate the Hydro Storm, but it's actually more effective in water than in creating water. Okay. Alright, you all know the drill by now. There's Priestess. Okay, didn't drop anything. There's 2. Nothing. Run over here and kill this guy. Oh, and this guy, sure. Works for me. Bit less hassle to deal with later. Ah. Ouch. If all that stuff hits you at once, even with the magic barrier protecting you from the spells, that can still really ruin your day. There was a time when I would just kind of methodically go through this one, one by one, using the spell parry shield to get close. And I did kind of pat myself in the back for finding a use for spell parry. But, oh, the Dragonrider is back. Well, that was just a huge boondoggle. In that case, we'll be back. We will be back with a spotted whip then. And that was just a gigantic waste of everybody's time. So I definitely apologize for that. I didn't realize that he came back. Alright, so we got that. But that next priestess is... Oh. Yeah, these guys inflict bleed too, which is why they're a bit of a pain to deal with. Alright. Get this, and there should be 2 more bleed things. We can't quite do it with one R1. Okay. Well, there's only one priestess shooting at us. I can handle that. But of course, there is more than one. Nice. R2 counter hit does some serious business. Oh, look, a rare drop on a run where we can't use it. That is always the way of it. Okay. Radiant Life Gem, sure. You know what? Let's go ahead and use one of these. That should heal us back up to full. Normally, I almost always go and solicit help from an NPC for this part. We're not going to be doing that this time. Let's do... Okay. Well, my plan is to wait for him to do the flop. Is to soak in water. We'll do a fair bit of extra damage to him. He does the grab. Okay. Oh, teleported into it. Well, that's that. Oh. Forgot how much of a hassle those guys can be with a huge grab range. Kind of annoying too, I just had bad luck on the lightning bolts because you have very few of them are actually hitting the hippo there. Okay. Also, if I've been thinking, I wouldn't have wasted so much money on resin as I'm about to get Sunlight Blade. But again, you only get one of those, per visit to the bonfire, per attunement slot. So, but not something to rely on too much. One cool thing about Sunlight Blade is that you can actually use it on weapons that are infused, unlike resins. So I guess it's the idea to help synergize your stance if you're a caster more. Of course, what most people end up doing is being, at high levels of play, just being, like off-caster, magic, swordsman, whatever you want to call it, and having the stats to, hit your soft cap and your melee stuff, and also, also have some magic to buff it up with. You see discussions from, the Dark Souls 2 state of PvP back in, like early mid 2014, and people keep talking about, well, early 2014 would have been the Havilans, but okay, yeah, this is definitely working a lot better. Just one group shot at each one. But yeah, like dark infused, chaos blades from people with max out the dex and strength and everything. Because why not? Whenever your stats are high enough. Okay. This is one reason why I've never really liked the PvP meta being at such a high level. When it's like you're pretty much decided to master everything you care about. And the rest of it is maxing out your HP, which then of course creates an arms race everybody has to do. Because all things being equal, the one that dies first is going to be the one that loses, and then you can make sure that's not you by having your HP maxed out. Interesting. I didn't think that would have counted as a counter hit, but oh, that's how, actually I think that just is the damage with Magic Barrier having them worn off. Okay. So take care of all that. Go ahead and deal with you again, and I'll get my urns ready this time, in case once again this doesn't come through. Okay. Oh, I did not. I did not actually bash with that. On the ground, the stuff is pretty annoying. There's basically no way to get out of that. There we go. See, that's what I was doing that for. All right. There's a bit of lightning to deal with. Oh, and human effigy too. I'll make up for that death I just got. So let's take a look around to make sure I'm not going to get more. Yeah, no surprise there. The priestesses can hear you splashing up behind them. So the idea for this part, and I'll actually go ahead and show this off because you don't need our shield very much, is you want to use your torch to, where are we? Flame butterflies. You're supposed to use your torch to illuminate the ground around you to indicate where the safe paths are. That part of it does actually work. You can see pretty clearly that you're safe here and the water's there, and it's a lot trickier to see in the dark. The trade-off is that the flames scare away the fireflies, which maybe call them waterflies or something, and as a result, those things will aggro you from much further away. Because, yeah, it scares away the firefly things that normally keep them pacified. Fortunately, this path here is pretty narrow, so it's not too difficult to kind of figure out which side to go on, figure out where they are, and you're pretty much good to go. Matter of fact, it might actually make it easier this way. You can kind of flush them out, early. Yeah, this is why I was so concerned with making sure that I could kill whatever we're up against in one hit, because hey, we're at the point where we need to. Because things would be pretty bad if we don't. I think by throwing with our right hand, there we go. So, yeah, it was one of the cool things about Dark Souls too. The fact that it actually matters which hand you throw with, so to indicate if you can actually get around that barrier or not. Right, this is Flash Shard. And easy to miss if you don't have your lights on. But a treasure chest. Hippoclops turned me into a watermelon. Okay. So there is one other thing we can get out here in this part of the... I guess what would you even call this? The basin? It's probably basin. You got a gigantic, series of like a little pond and then suddenly deep cliffs. People, Ben likes to give me some grief when I was a kid. We were playing Age of Empires, and we do the map editor, and just because I didn't think to bother with it much, I didn't bother with shallow water. I just went ahead and drew our land and then put deep water, just put ocean right there. And that's kind of what that reminds me of. A little bit of water, and then boom. Once again, I'm keeping this up to... Oh, never mind. To flush out any of those things that might have been around. But it looks like we just had that one. Okay. I basically need to wait for him to do a combo and then heal up. There we go. All right. Not quite what I had in mind there. Yeah, you have to. I guess you have to roll. I guess that's one of the things with these great weapons. The hitboxes are very early in their attack, so that's why I was having trouble. Because you have to start rolling early on those. There we go. As a matter of fact, how about we just use another one of those? Should I tag those in, or just use my regular life gems more, and then trade up whenever we're ready? All right. Also, I think I'm going to duck in here. This is where there's normally an NPC summon sign if you're into that sort of thing. Duck in here and use a repair powder. Get ready to use our second resin and old whip plan. Do that. I pretty much brought most of it back. Okay. Let's use this one until I can see exactly when I need to switch to the old whip. And we've got... Okay. I think I'm right about here because we've got some of the lizard things in the water. So... let's do this. Oh yeah. Count against the duration, but that's okay. I can always use another... always use one of those amber herbs I haven't used for any other reason yet. Right. Something tells me rolling into water with your whip on lightning would be pretty painful, but... okay. I think there are 3 of those lizard things. Last one should be right up here. Another fun thing about... there we go. Okay, I took care of that bench. Go ahead. Now here's the tricky part. We're going to have this. They've changed this one to be completely, well, not completely different, but somewhat different, but still very, very obnoxious. This is why you want poise, even if you're a caster character. So we dodge that one, dodge that one. We're going to have one more knight heading our way. Alright. Oh, 2 more knights heading our way, right. Oh, right. Ah, and then, yeah, if they combo you, that's that. Yeah, I did not even see... I guess they wear those, the blue cloaks for camouflage, so I didn't even see that other guy off there in the water. So guess what? We have to do all that again. And that's what really kills people about this part. There's no safe way to speedrun it because all the enemies are there guarding it, and they changed the formation so you can't sneak past them the way you could before. So good stuff. Right, that one. Let's stick with what works for this part. And the main reason here is, like I was saying, you want to be able to make sure you can one-shot the mooks. It turns out we can one-shot the priestesses either way. Well, as long as you get that counter hit bonus, it'll work even without the gold pine resin. Okay. See anything drop from there? 10 flasks will go a long way toward making this work, though. Once you doing this part without a bow, ah, darn it! Ouch! There's shield ready. The tricky part I had last time was that the game is really good about your shield detection physics, I guess would be the word for it, because if you are turned away facing another enemy, but your shield doesn't actually cover that angle, all of a sudden it won't cover that angle. Ah. Darn this timing. Okay. Got her, and we can't forget this last one in here. Alright. So still doing pretty well on old whip durability. So I think what I'm going to do this time around is... yeah, I think it's those guys that are draining a lot more durability from it. So what I think I'm going to do is see if I can actually cut across this. Oh, you can't cut across that way, right? You can here, maybe. We're going to deal with her anyway. Different R2 will do. Well, it does. Alright. I think we'll just ignore that one, because she might be able to hit us from the other side. I don't think so, but not a risk I feel like taking. So now let's see. Start on... oh, invaded by a forlorn. Let's make sure my stone ring is on. It is, okay. Huh. Oh, there we are. Oh, Scythe Forlorn too. It's the first one of these we've seen. Looks like he's got a bit more... poise too. So the problem with the Scythe Forlorns is that Reaper class weapons are really good at bypassing shields in this game. So that makes them a lot more difficult to take on safely. In exchange, they kind of lower the damage that the Scythe Forlorn does compared to the Greatsword one. It's pretty close though, still. Yeah, I think they just straight up gave him more poise too. What? That was not even close to a backstab. Oh well. Yeah, it's the first time I've ever seen a Forlorn in Shrine of Amana. I guess it is true for your Dark Souls, a PvP experience, getting backstabbed from the front. Alright, well, let's go ahead and do this one again. Yeah, we're kind of at the... Unfortunately, we're not doing PvP with this character, so the soul memory isn't as much of a problem. But yet, it is still obnoxious. I've long said that soul memory shouldn't count to souls that you lose for good, because it basically makes everybody's first playthrough completely miserable when they try to find co-op with players that are actually pretty decent. Of course, their soul memory is going to be a lot lower. They'll be invaded by people that, well, we've been over soul memory before. Yeah, getting front backstabbed by a giant scythe, right? Arrgh. Okay. That's pretty fancy footwork there, if I do say so myself. Let's again make sure I'm getting my shield facing up in case I messed up that timing and I got hit there. Okay. There we go. And then we've got the 2 left to go. Well, I deal with you first. Alright. And last but not least, from this batch anyway. Alright. Whew. So far, so good. Good G-up. The life gem. Keep our HP topped off because every little bit can help in these situations. Can we ignore him? I think so, actually. Okay. Yeah. Well, I'll mess with you if you won't mess with me. Oh, he will mess with us, though. Effigy. Ah. The bleed resistance item. Sweet. Old Whip does do some serious damage. It is true for as obnoxious as the durability problems are, there are some enemies it's one-shotting but otherwise would not be able to. And that's very important with how slow the whips are. Okay, and no Forlorn this time too, so thank goodness for that. Alright, I think what I'm going to do is use the regular whip to get past this part. Everything except the Archdrake Knight should be killable with one R2. Oh. Ah. Nice team combo. I saw the super flash and everything. Shrine of Amana. What are you gonna do? So, what I'm thinking, and basically, here's the I think the big issue with the challenge runs and stuff like that. There's not really anything I can do at this point to make it easier. Level ups don't really help. You can't really gear up any differently. I'm already have high magic resistance and everything. I could go back and get the bleed bite ring, but it's not the bleed that's doing the damage. It's the fact that you're being hit multiple times between the spell arrows, the soul arrows firing at you, and the knights rushing in and stuff like that. So I guess what happened last time is because I didn't go through the house, I didn't lure that one knight over to me, the attacks from behind there, the way that I did that first time. So I think I'll do that. I will duck into the room, go through the back door, and just enough to call, basically to get that knight's attention, and get him to then come out, and then I'll deal with him. Then I'll go back through the other side, and do it that way. Because, yeah, I would have been fine that time if it hadn't been for that dude aggroing me from the far side of the house, running all the way over here, and I just didn't hear him. Okay. Oh, ouch. Interesting, didn't expect that to happen. Okay. Dodge this one. That was the plan, dodge this one. Okay, so life gem. And then, yeah, let's go ahead and head this way, like I was saying. Let's go ahead and close enough to lure the guy on patrol to me. There he is. Okay, yeah, if he patrols that close, no wonder he saw me right on the other side of the well there. Well, 2 R2s do it. Yes. Just barely, though. So if I miss and screw up the direct hit thing, then that probably won't work. But for now, we did. Yeah, I can see exactly, you know, how we just ran right up and got me that last time. All right. Yeah, old whip's still holding on. Okay, have you got this guy running up? Anybody else? Nope, that's it. We just have the one other guy right up here behind the column. Ah. It's hard to get enough poise to It's hard to get enough poise to actually deal with the Great Hammers, because they deal 60 poise, I think. And probably more if on their running attacks. So they're going to hit you and knock you out of that attack if you don't time, if you don't get your spacing right. Right. Old whip. Yeah. And that's the thing that is the really frustrating thing about it, is that a lot of times you just be like, okay, this is the part where it's like, you know, you're done just playing the stage, you play the stage, you just want to run through it, but you can't, because you can't run through Shrine of Amana in that Scholar. I mean, you can try, you can skip a fair bit of stuff. I might be able to skip this first part, actually. But, you know, with the kind of range the priestesses have, I just don't want to risk getting sniped in the back by soul arrows. Okay, so where's the one that aggroes me on that side? Oh, just short of the direct hit range on that one. There. Yeah. It doesn't help, too, that my timing is a little off tonight. I was trying to roll through that attack there and just didn't get it off in time. Ditto. You first? Ladies first. Alright. So that should take care of all of them. Alright, so at least getting pretty quick about dealing with that first part anyway. Yeah, arrows don't seek the way they used to, but they still seek pretty well. Oh, and the lightning just faded as I was going for that attack. Oh. Harsh. I heard that one coming, actually, so I thought I would try to roll ahead of time, but not quite enough. Okay. Over here. The 10 plus 5 flasks will do really well. I just need to, you know, watch out for getting comboed all of that down in one go with the knights. Get him. How about a two-handing? Okay, so the two-handing does pretty well. I wonder if I should maybe split the difference and two-hand the old whip, maybe. Then again, the problem isn't the poise, because I'm pretty sure I do poise break them with the even one-handed. It's just that I wasn't doing enough damage to, or I wasn't timing it right, so I actually hit them before he hit me. Was a big concern. All right. We have what, 3 lizards? I think it was. Yeah, 1, 2, and then... Alright, come here, you. Alright. Oh, that time you get blocked in time. Oh, whoa, okay. Didn't realize he could, attack while blocking with the hammer. You might be able to, too, come to think of it. Actually, I think it's kind of one of those spear halberd hybrids. So then we want to make sure to go to him. Surprise. Alright, from here the one priestess will not be too much of a problem. Even the water got a sidestep off. Alright. Another the Staff of Amana. So if you had trouble farming and just had bad luck with the Staff of Amana and want one, I can hook you up. It's 2 now. Let's get a little bit closer. Okay, that's where she aggro's at. Alright, so duck around the corner until she loses us. There's a hippo back here too, actually guarding the life ring +2, in case you want to get that. Alright. So let's do the same thing as that first time. Air powder, barrier, and old pine. Fingers crossed we actually get things to the stars to align properly this time. One thing we can do is get up here on the rocks, and it'll be a little easier to dodge the stuff. Okay, good. He didn't look like he had a shield up, but after those falconers, never be too careful about that. Okay. The other one shouldn't be able to see us until we get a little bit closer, and that one right there is actually a healer. Yeah. Interesting. There we go. Finally. with a little help from our friends. Our friend consumable. I always love it when enemies like slowly inch away from even your ranged attacks. Pacifism will not save you now. Okay. So we finally took care of all that. I'm definitely going to run and tag the bonfire before we go back and fight the hippo. That is for darn sure. And that's what kills me. Well, what kills me is them, obviously. But that's what kills me. Is like, yeah, I played pretty much the same way every time. I just made a couple mistakes. One mistake here or there, forgetting that one guy that, that chases around the well or the patrols around the well the first time. And yeah, that's how it's supposed to go. You do that kind of in one go, and there you go. All right. Let's bash aside. Oh, I said I was going to tag the bonfire first. Let's actually go do that. Now my mind went to, if I go tag the bonfire, then we'll go back after the hippo, and then I just left out step 1. Go through here.